so I'm going to make a start on question number 14. Okay, we're taking a look at these simultaneous questions, and what I'm actually going to do is grab another piece of paper because this question is going to be a bit long. Okay, as you can see, question number 14, we've got simultaneous equations, but you can see that we've got sort of a quadratic in one of them. Okay, so it's with two unknowns we've got, so simultaneous equations we're going to use to solve these. So therefore, as you can see, it is going to be a bit of a different question with a few twists and turns. So I'd like to do it on the separate piece of paper. But step one, what I'll show you in this page is how we can take any one of these equations. So I'm going to label them 1 and 2, and I'm going to take a look at rearranging them. So that I can then use the substitution method to work out one of the unknowns and then substitute again to work out the other unknown. Okay, hopefully if you've done simultaneous equations before, you'd probably got a bit of an idea of what to do. Okay, let me know in the comments if at any point you need any help or you've already worked out that step. Okay, keep double tapping the screen, everyone, and sharing this live with others as well, and also become a subscriber. Join my subscribers community so that you can choose the next live topic. Okay, right, so I'm going to take equation number 2 and rearrange that, and I'm going to try and make x the subject. So I've got 2x plus 3y equals 1. So I'm going to arrange it becomes 2x equals 1 minus 3y, and then if I again get rid of the 2, divide by 2 on both sides, I would be then left with x is equal to 1 minus 3y divided by 2. Okay, so a very important point is that all of this is going to be divided by 2. All right, so the way we are going to solve this is I'm going to take it onto the other paper now. Okay, and sort of finish it off here. So that's question number 14. Okay, we've got x currently is equal to 1 minus 3y all divided by 2. And what I'm going to do now is take that equation and substitute it into my first equation, okay, on this sheet, equation number 1, and then try and solve that for x. Or y for that matter, actually. 2 times by, so it was 2x squared, so it's 2 times by x, which is this, but we're going to square it. 2 times of 1 minus 3y divided by 2 squared. Then we're going to do minus y squared is equal to 41. Okay, as follows. So if you are following along, double tap the screen. If you've got any questions at all or any sort of comments, suggestions, let me know in the comments, everyone. Okay, so this is really suitable for you if you're in year 10 going into year 11, or if you're in year 9 going into year 10, or even if you're in year 9 about to start year 9. It is excellent for you as well. You're getting sort of a taster session of what you are likely to experience in the coming few years. Okay, let me also know where you're from, which year group you're in the comments, which school, which area. Okay, whether you're from Manchester or not. Okay, so welcome to everyone that's joining. I am a maths teacher here from Manchester. Okay, don't feel afraid to introduce yourself in the comments, and also let me know what you're doing in the holidays, whether you're revising, keeping on top of your maths revision homework, if you've got any holiday homework. I definitely know I've assigned some to my students, so I'm hoping to see whether they are actually doing any of that or not. Okay, so the next step here is going to be that I am going to think about how to sort of simplify this, because I don't like the brackets currently. Okay, so what I can be doing here is, because this bracket we are squaring it, so if I show you here on the side, I'll draw a line and show you what I mean. So if I've got 1 minus 3y over 2 and I'm squaring that, that means I'm squaring the top and the bottom, both parts of my fraction. So I'm just going to leave the top as it is, and I'm going to square my denominator, which becomes 4. Okay, now I can go ahead and substitute that back here into my brackets. So it is 2 times by 1 minus 3y. What was I going to do now? Yeah, squared over 4. Get rid of that. Minus y squared equals 41. Okay, so I've still got 2 being multiplied by all of this, but what I was going to do is I can sort of cancel that 2 and that 4, because, you know, 2 divided by 4, you can simplify that to a half, or you can pull out basically a highest common factor of 2 from both of these numbers. That means I'm left with 2 here and just 1 there, and that 1, it's the same as, you know, if you write it or not, it doesn't really make a difference. So I'm just gonna leave it as an invisible 1. You know, in the next line I'm not going to write it again, just for you to see I've written that's a 1. So that means I can now rewrite this. It becomes 1 minus 3y squared over 2, and I've still got my minus y squared equals 41. So now I need to think about what can I do. I don't like the denominator having a fraction in my equation. It's going to make it hard to solve it. So what I would actually do is multiply my whole equation by 2. Okay, that way I can cancel out my denominator of 2. Okay, so if I'm multiplying by 2, that means I have to multiply every single term in this equation. Okay, so now that I have done that, I am going to be doing this. So it becomes 1 minus 3y squared minus 2y squared equals 81. That means I'm doubling basically everything, so that should be 82, not 81. Did anyone point that out to me? Okay. If anyone's got any questions, remember guys, you can always leave them in the comments. If you're following along and understanding it, double tap the screen, and also feel free to introduce yourself in the comments, where you're from, which school you attend, etc., what year group you're in. Okay, so I have done that bit. Now the thing that's left to do is expand this. Okay, my 1 minus 3y squared. What I can do is show you here on the side how that looks like. Okay, that might be better for us. So I've got, oh my god, welcome everyone that's joining. So I have got 1 minus 3y, and if I'm squaring something, remember it's just the same thing that's in the brackets, but you're multiplying them all by each other. So I'm going to draw my arrows to sort of help me remember that. 1 times by 1, 1 times by 3y, negative 3y times by 1, negative 3y times by negative 3y. Okay, if I do all of that, I'll get 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times by negative 3y is negative 3y, another negative 3y, and then positive 9y squared at the end. This simplifies to, if I collect like terms, which I've only got 2 pairs of like terms, so it's 1 minus 3y is minus 6y, and it's plus 9y squared. Okay, that's all that is over there. So I'm going to take that and now put it back into my original equation. Double tap the screen guys if you are following along, understanding it, enjoying it, okay, all of that sort of stuff. And let me know in the comments who you are, where you're from, which year group you're in, okay, possibly what your target grade is, or what you'd like to maybe see in the next live session for me to do. Now that we've got the holidays, it is a good time to do all of that. So I'm going to put this back in here. So that means now I've got 1 minus 6y plus 9y squared. Still got minus 2y squared equals 82. Okay, so I've done all of that. Now what I can do is collect the like terms. Does anyone know what the pair of like terms might be? So we've got, who have we got there? We've got Jamie, I believe. Anyone remember the next step from here? Welcome Madness of Life to a mathematical session, live session that I'm doing. Okay, I believe not many people know what is going to be the next step from here. So what I'm going to do is just write it down myself. Okay, guys. Let's see, who have we got here joining? Do give my account a follow as well if you are liking the session, if you want more maths live sessions. Okay, give my account a follow, double tap the screen as well, everyone. Okay, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to collect the like terms. We've only got one pair, which is these two, so it becomes 1 minus 6y plus 9y squared minus 2y squared is the same as 9 minus 2 is the same as plus 7y squared. It is equal to 82. Okay, and now that we have done that, we can bring the 82 over onto the other side and then collect that like term as well, the normal numbers. So I'm going to sort of rearrange it and have the y squared term first, then the negative 6y, and then your plus 1, so that's a positive 1, and we're going to bring the 82 on the other side. So take away 82 is all equal to 0. So I've now got, if I scroll up, 7y squared minus 6y plus 1 minus 82 is just going to be negative 81 is equal to 0. Now, what I'd like to say here is if we take a look at this quadratic, it's actually not a very nice quadratic that we can sort of factorize using our normal factorizing method, where we look for the two numbers at times to give this term and multiply to give this one. Okay, because they're really big numbers, it will take us a lot of time, and I don't really believe that we have got actual integer answer for this. So it's best to resort to the quadratic formula, okay, which I'm going to write down here. So the quadratic formula, which we should all remember, quadratic formula is, who remembers the quadratic formula? Anyone who remembers the quadratic formula that's joining? Okay, nobody remembers that. Welcome to everyone that's joining. So we're taking a look at who remembers the quadratic formula. Let me know in the comments if you remember that. Okay, so I'm just going to write it down since not many of us remember. So it's minus b plus or minus the square root of 4b minus 2ac all over 2a. Okay. Alright, so oopsie. So that's what the quadratic formula is. So we're going to try and find out those coefficients. Okay, double tap the screen, guys, if you are following along and understanding this so far. So this is our A, this is our B term, and this is our C. Okay, so I'm just going to take those and substitute them into this quadratic formula. So that means we've got minus b. So b currently is already negative 6, so minus b would would be a positive 6. Okay, and we're going to do plus or minus the square root of 4 times by b, so that's 4 times by negative 6. Okay, I'll put that in brackets, minus 2 times by a, which is 7, times by c, which is negative 81, and this is all going to be over, so this is all going to be over 2 times by 7. Okay, so that is the quadratic formula that I've also written down, okay, for us with all those values. If you're following along, guys, let me know in the comments if you've got any sort of questions so far. Let me also know. So now what we're going to do is just put that in our calculator and hopefully get two values for what y should be. So this is us trying to work out y, okay? We should be getting two sorts of values for y. So what I'm going to do is get my calculator and show us how to put the quadratic formula in there. There's my fractions button. And then I'm going to put I'm going to add first, so 6 plus square root. So it's going to be 4 times by negative 6. 4 times by negative 6. Oh, because I don't really like put the negative there, because right next to the time sign, I'm just going to put the negative in front of the 4 instead. That's because just a trick to make it easier in the calculator. You can put the negative 6 as well, but you'll have to put brackets. Use more brackets basically. So I'm going to do just positive 6, but I'm just going to flip the sign around and put it with the negative, with the 4 instead. Okay, you don't have to do that, of course. You can choose the normal way. So, and it's being taking away from 2 times by 7 times by negative 81. So again, I'm just going to put the negative sign at the front of 2 times by 7 times by 81. All over 2 times by 7. Okay, now that we've got that, I've got my answer as 2.808. I'm going to leave it as that and just do dot dot dot, and then all y should be equaling to, delete that and minus something, and if I did the minus, I should be getting negative 1.95. Thank you for the likes. Who is it? Yeah, I think. So we got minus 1.951. Okay. Again, I'm going to leave it as just to 3 decimal places for now. And yeah, so that's it. What we've got for y. Okay, so we've got 2 values for y. Welcome, yeah, thank you for the likes. I hope that's what your name is. To everyone else as well, again, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm a maths teacher and tutor. Okay, everyone, if you're looking for maths tuition, get in touch with me through inbox. It is a really good time right now to get your revision in and your extra prep before you start your next academic year. Okay, also let me know in the comments where you're from, which school, which area, what year group you are in. Okay, it's just nice for me to get to know who's watching and who's doing what. Okay, and if you'd like to take part, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got my 2 y values. I'm going to take them and substitute them into one of my other original equations to try and work out what x is going to be. So what I'm going to do is just take that top equation that I had right there, the one that I, if you can see, can you see? Let me go down again. Yeah, you can see this one here, the one that I sort of rearranged to make x the subject. Okay, so that is x is equal to 1 minus 3y over 2. So I'm going to take one of the y values, oops, you can't see, which is 2.808, and work out what x is going to be. So if I do that, I put it in my calculator again, 1 minus 3 times by 2.808 over 2. Okay, so I get negative 3.712. And then let's see, what is x going to be when y is the other value? So 1 minus 3 times by negative 1.951. all over 2. Okay, double tap the screen if you are following along, everyone. So it's gonna be 1 minus 3 times by negative 1.951. okay, what I'm going to do is, because I can already see, now this is me being a teacher as well and someone who's been doing maths for a long time, I already know the answer is going to be plus, so I'm just going to put a plus here instead in the calculator. Okay, that's a little trick to save time, because I already know the two negatives are going to cancel out and give me a plus anyway. So to save me adding lots of brackets in because of the negative number here, I'm just going to replace that with a positive. So it's here going to be add, I'll still include the brackets for multiplying, 3 times by 1.951, 951, okay, over 2. Yep, so that it is going to be equal to 3.4265. okay, so those are my two pairs of values for x and for y. Okay, double tap the screen everyone if you are understanding so far. If you've got any questions at all, let me know as well then. So I'm going to put my final values here on my actual test paper. Okay, any questions anyone so far, let me know in the comments. So the values that I have gotten is that as follows. So x is equal to, and the tip I'll also give you is to put them together. Okay, write them together in your answer box, don't separate them all, so you should know which x goes with which y. So when x is equal to negative 3.712, y is equal to 2.808. okay, and then when x is equal to, I'm just putting a box around one pair, when x is equal to 3.427, I'll just round it to 3 decimal places, 427, y is equal to negative 1.951. okay, so that's my other pair of values over there. Alright, let me know in the comments everyone if you're understanding it so far. If you've got anything to say, any sort of questions, give my account a follow as well for more regular maths content. Okay, so next what we're going to take a look at is question number 15, where we are looking at this is called completing the square. Okay, so we are taking a look at another sort of factorizing question where we are factorizing by completing the square. Okay, so it's x squared plus 3x minus 2, and we're going to put it in this sort of form here. So the way this works is, I'm going to already put my brackets down, so it's going to be x plus something, and what that something is going to be is we're going to take a look at the 3x, so the middle term, the x term, and the coefficient, which is 3. Okay, and I'm going to take a look at halving that. Okay, so I'm going to look at what is half of 3x, so that when I actually go ahead and double it, it's going to equal to the 3. Okay, so when I actually halve 3, I should be getting, yeah, so when I actually halve 3, I should be getting 1.5, or I'm going to read like that as 3 over 2. Okay, as follows, x plus 3 over 2 squared. Okay, and what I need to do then outside my brackets is something slightly different. Let me just see the comments. Welcome everyone. Any questions so far, let me know. Anything you want to ask, let me know as well. welcome to everyone that's joining. We are currently taking a look at a GCSE grade 7 to 9 mini test. Okay, so that's grade 7 up to grade 9 mini test. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the 3/2 and then we're going to take a look at squaring that, and then we're going to take it away from outside the brackets. Okay, so if I do 3/2 squared, I mean I'm squaring the top and the bottom of my fraction. It becomes 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is going to be 4. Okay, so that means I'm going to do take away 9/4. And what I need to do now is so I've took away the 9/4, and there is also going to be something else that I need to take away, which is going to be the 2. Okay, because that's already part of my what do you call it, my original quadratic expression, so I'm going to include that there as well. So I'm going to take away 2 as well. And now that I've done that, what I need to do is sort of just tidy up my expression, and that is going to be basically the end of this method. So it's x plus 3/2 squared, and then minus 9/4 minus 2. Well, we can't really subtract them in this form, so what I need to do is get them to be a common denominator, over a common denominator. So that's minus 9/4 and then minus, so 2, I can change that over and write it over a 4 by doing 2 times, let me just show you actually. So if I take the negative 2 here, I can write this over 1, and then to try and write it over 4, I know I've got to times the bottom by 4, so I'm also going to times the top by 4. Therefore 2 times the 4 is 8, so it turns into 8/4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that back there. And now just tidy up. So it's still x plus 3/2 squared minus 9/4 minus 8/4. So I'm going to do minus 9 minus 8. That gets me to minus 17, and still it's going to be over 4. And that's all it is for completing the square. Okay, everyone. Now I know the question says where a and b are integers, but that is going to be, I think there's a problem with the wording, because it can't really be integers because of the question that we have sort of gotten. Okay, it is going to be fractions for this. Excuse me, you can tell it's my sleeping time soon. So because of the numbers that we've gotten, that is the answer that we are gonna be generating. Okay, double tap the screen, everyone, if you are following along, if you've understood it so far, and any questions you've got, let me know about those as well. Okay, so that is me. I'm going to be getting going now, and I will definitely do another live session to sort of finish this paper, but we have got quite a few more questions, so I believe it's going to take one more session for us to properly finish the rest of the 4 questions. Okay. Alright, I'll see you in the next live session. Till then, take care, keep revising, and have a good evening.